Okay, so imagine a world where your flow, your rap style, isn't just a choice. It's your soul, where every single verse is like a map of who you are, the power you hold, and where you come from. Today, we're diving into a music scene where words are, quite literally, forged into reality.
And let's just jump right into the deep end with some serious intensity. This line from one of Arreqqana's biggest artists, Kajak Venamar, pretty much tells you everything you need to know. See here, words aren't just spoken, they're forged, they're permanent.
And that's the key right there. An artist's flow is directly tied to their very essence. Where they're from, what they believe in, the elements they channel, it's all baked right into the beat and the bars.
All right, so first up, we've got a group of artists who are all about pure, fiery intensity and this really deep devotion. Think of it like a sermon, but with a hard-hitting, street-level sound.
Which brings us to the man himself, Kajak Venamar. His title is The Flame Prophet, and believe me, he lives up to it. He's this huge icon from the southern coastal cliffs, a place known for volcanic rock and intense heat, and you can literally hear that environment in his music.
So let's break this down. His style is called Crunk-Fire Sermon Flow. Just try to imagine that. You've got these deep 808 bass lines mixed with the sound of temple choirs. And lyrically, it's all about these unbreakable oaths, loyalty to your bloodline, and a kind of love that literally burns. It's aggressive, it's powerful, and it's also deeply spiritual.
But Kajak isn't the only one out there channeling fire. You gotta meet Casorio Flamejaw, also known as the Vowjaw. He comes from this really interesting fusion zone, a place where the temple suburbs crash right into the streets, and his music is all about that collision.
His style, Ancient Crunk-Fire, that name alone just perfectly captures the conflict he's living. He's blending these ancient, sacred vows with this raw street energy. His verses are all about being temple-raised but street-trained, and that sample line, it starts with Karas Via. That's a divine invocation to a goddess. So that's not just a boast. It's a promise backed by some serious holy power.
So when you put them side by side, you really see two different sides of the same element. You've got Kajak, who's the prophet, warning you what's going to happen if you break your vows. And then you have Casorio, the warrior priest, who's vowing to protect you and take action. Same fire, totally different purpose.
Okay, we've had the fire. Now let's cool things down a bit. We're shifting from the blazing sun to the subtle light of the moon, a place where power is whispered, not shouted.
Our first artist in this realm is Vesca Ladrix, and her stage name, the Lunar Blade, is just perfect. She's enigmatic, she's mystical, and her power really feels like it comes from the shadows.
Her sound is completely unique. It's described as moon flow whisper bars. Think reverb heavy instrumentals with these murmured, almost falsetto bars. Her lyrics are all about these sensual rituals and this core idea that softness is a weapon. It's this quiet lethality that you really have to lean in close to hear.
So from the forests, let's head over to the capital city and meet Sorella Cullimane, who goes by the milk-mouthed mirror. Now, if Vesga's bars are like veiled threats, Sorella's are more like intricate spells.
Yeah, Sorella's style is actually called sound spell bars. She uses this really complex syllabic wordplay that almost sounds like an incantation, talking about divine femininity and blessings that might actually be curses in disguise. And her line, "Don't charm me unless you can chant me back whole." Wow, that's a challenge, right? It's a demand for a love that's as powerful and complex as one of her own verses.
For our final group, we're heading out to the frontiers of Arreqqana. And out here, the rhymes get raw, they get grounded, and they're born from a struggle with the land itself.
First up is Lik Ya Koro, the Hydra sword, hailing from the northern mountains. Now for this guy, rap isn't just art, it's straight up combat. His flow is a weapon. His delivery is just so intense and militaristic. It's this percussive staccato flow over these icy, cold beats. And his lyrics are all about the mountain code. Honor, trials, survival. Rap battles up there are literal duels. And that last word in his line, Kayala Jad, it basically means I overcame or I endured. It's a declaration of victory against absolutely impossible odds. Okay, now let's make a hard pivot. From the intense, biting cold of the mountains, we're going down to the humid warmth of the jungle to meet Pequiquin Dala de Dallas, the funky oracle.
Pequan's style is just pure fun. They call it dirty jungle swingtrap, and it uses these unpredictable jungle drum breaks and really playful hi-hats. He just freestyles about food, flirting, family, all at these super cheeky punchlines.
His sample line tells this little story about food and seduction, ending with the word kamroska, which is a local term for the start of a celebratory dance. This guy is the joyful heart of Arreqqana's music scene for sure.
So we've journeyed from prophets of flame to masters of magic and warriors of the wild. After all that, what does it all add up to? Well, it adds up to a complete, living world that's literally defined by its sound.
Looking at this incredible range of artists, you really have to ask yourself, whose sound are you feeling the most? Are you here for the fiery vows of Kwajok, the whispered threats of Visca, or are you trying to vibe with the funky jungle beats of Peki Kwan?
At the end of the day, what this all shows us is that in Arreqqana, rap is identity. You've got ancient traditions blending with modern trap beats. You have power that's expressed across this whole spectrum, from a prophet's shout to an assassin's whisper. And maybe most importantly, every single region has its own rhythm, its own unique story to tell.
And that kind of leaves me with one final thought for you. We've seen how the cliffs and the jungles and the cities of Arreqqana all created their own signature sound. So just think about where you're from. If your own city, your own neighborhood, had a signature flow, what would it sound like?